Hello, welcome to Z Explains BG. I am Z. We're playing Yagaov in a 5-point match on backgammonhub.com. And I will try to explain my thinking a bit as we go along and see how it goes. We'll take a look at the computer analysis afterwards and see how well I played and try to learn something as always. So this seems natural to me. We could hit with the 5 also. It doesn't look like there's quite enough reason to do that yet. So I do have the stronger board, so yeah, hitting 6 to 1 is a real play. 13-8 sort of productive at less risk though. Here I don't know. I mean, there's not a great like the 5 is less productive now. So maybe this is more like it now. Still have the stronger board. Not sure about this. There's a number of options there. Some decent one duplication after my play though. Okay, so this doesn't do anything. The guy on the 20 doesn't move. I don't see the point of moving the guy on the 21. So maybe this. Okay, yeah, this is early. It looks like. I mean, I agree he's winning. It just doesn't look like he's enough of an edge. Okay, he's really going for it here. It does work. Crap, I'm in trouble unless I roll it. Even when I roll a 4, I got 2 blots in my board, you know. Okay. He can make his 1. Yeah, likely getting gammoned for 4 zip. Or worse, we could get backgammon here. Backgammon, I think, is only a few percent. If I have two guys closed out, it's only like, I don't know, it's a very small amount of backgammons. Guess a couple percent, maybe less. Yeah, I don't actually remember. I remember that it like jumps up. You know, like three checkers closed out is only like a few percent. And then 4 checkers closed out is like 20% or something in that ballpark. So actually, probably 2 checkers closed out is probably more like 1%. Okay, so I'm not getting backgammons. Very, very likely to get gammoned. But we will give it a go. And then fail miserably. It's possible. Possible. Plays 2 to 1 for some inexplicable reason? No. Okay, so let's get all our doubles here. So double 2s. Can I get double 2 somehow? No, I can't. Ooh, set. Oh, I almost saved it. Shoot. Okay, I think the computer doesn't mind this for money, I believe. So it's probably okay at DMP also. This is very DMP. I can gammon them, but gammons aren't valuable for me at this score. So you want to play this like mostly like double match point. Okay. Seems natural. Anything else? I don't want to really leave a shot. Direct shot anyways. Okay, he's running and then I'm rolling a 3 or an 11. I don't know about this one, but I like unstacking the heavy 6-point. Okay, so you come in with the 1 and then play 13 to 11, I believe. Sure, there's some 7 duplication. Alrighty. Wouldn't mind making the 11, but this is a lot safer, quite a bit safer. Good. Play 11 to 5. Pretty sure. Well, the 13 to 7 is not too bad. Because this doesn't make much sense to me, I think. Although, I say that and then I'm not sure how to play it. Because, I mean, I'm probably hitting and making the 7, or hitting and going to the 13. Hitting and go to the 13, maybe. Huh. This is a play. It's only got 5 shots here, I think. I was thinking about this. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shots, but I clear the 16. It's also this. This looks like more. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, maybe this is a little less. 5, 4, 5, 2, 4, 2, 4, 5. This is only 8 shots. 4, 4, and 2, 2. Huh. That was a tough one. But a bunch of candidates there. Okay. He's locking up the 9 point here, getting a little block. 13 to 9, 6 to 4, maybe. Oh, I see. He doesn't want to leave the blot in his board. I'm not sure how this compares to walking out into the my 18 points. It's a little hard to get missed there. Well, the downside of staying back, of course, is I get pointed on, and it's a disaster. But it's all worked out. All right, so likely it's going to be 4-1, so I got to remember to double them right away. Somehow I haven't forgotten. Sometimes people forget, obviously, to double right away. It's been a while since I've forgotten. Sometimes it's funny though. Sometimes I forget when it's two away. You know, it's fine to double right away at that score. So, but sometimes it's okay to wait too. A lot of the time. Sometimes when I'm like waiting, I forget at that score, 2 away, 2 away. So I should probably just double right away. Actually, 13 to 11 might be a little better there. Because it's going to be gammon go a lot. Oh, this should just go double pass, I believe. No, we took. Yeah, no, that is a pass. Good play at the score, probably for money also. But yeah, gammons only go one way, and gammons are super valuable for me, so you really should be making the anchor there. Which minimizes the gammons for both sides. Okay, probably maybe hitting twice. Should up the gammons. 11 to 6 isn't any great shakes, although it is safer. All right, let's Well, I don't know. 11 to 6 could be right. It's not much of a blitz, I guess. Oop. All right, little bit of gammon chance. Especially after this play, which I'm not saying this is wrong. So clearing the mid's okay, making the 4 is okay. So what is this? This is 4, 5, 7 shots, I think. This is it's 4 8s and 4 9s. This is 8 shots. Looks a little easier to make progress this way. Okay. A little leery about slotting the 3 here. Not that I can do it with this. All right, well, can leave 2 shots for really awesome builders. I guess he gets gammoned a little bit if he rolls the 1-6. A little bit. Okay, now it's a bit scary. Okay, that's the 1. Feels like that's the 6 for some reason. Yeah, I think it's not good to have a 3rd checker on the 7 point. When you're coming in against the deuce point anchor. Good. Ooh. Bah! I'm gonna lose this. The other one looked better for some reason. Yeah, I'm going to lose this. 8s. That's what I wanted. Okay, well, normally I would play 3 to 2, but I guess you want the crossover here, and I'm a little desperate. Ooh. Ace. Bah. Sets. Oh, nice. Pulled that one from the fire. Woof. Okay, this is also a pass. See if he actually does pass this one. Yeah, I'm winning by a little bit there, I think. Pretty sure. So I can pass and go to 50% in the match, or I can take and play out the game for the match. So it's take points 50%, in other words. You know, he has a nice structure, but I'm on roll, which is worth a lot. Oh, hey man, good to see you. Ah, yes, life gets in the way of backgammon sometimes, unfortunately. Wow, I have favorite in this match for the first time. Probably just making the 4 here. It's only leaving a few shots. Yeah, 13 to 7 is kind of a lot of shots. I can make the 9 also. Doesn't take away any shots, unfortunately. I don't know. I'm down in the race, so let's go for a little bit of a blocking approach. Although this structure looks a little funny. Yeah, I'm not hitting here. Gives that awesome structure. Yeah, I was thinking about when he makes the 7, I kind of like the block in this case. Okay, if I leave blots everywhere, he might be able to bolt off the anchor relatively safely. So I'm going to lock up the bad point instead of slotting 2 points. Now I might be stuck slotting 2 points. Or clear the 11. Okay, I'm still down in the race, just a little bit though. So I do want to keep the midpoint for a while, unless I roll a big double. 2. He's going to bolt off the anchor, isn't he? Huh. So, fewer blots in the board. Shoot. I feel like I'm still supposed to do something like this. Okay, good. He can't bolt off the anchor. 500 kilometers to a live backgammon tournament. So what tournament? What tournament was that you went to? So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so 1, 2. Okay, so there's also 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, maybe the timing's just not working out that well. Okay, let's just sort of race. Now that the race is close. Yeah, I very rarely travel for backgammon tournaments. It's a good experience. It's just sort of a lot of. I find it like these weekend tournaments. It's like a lot of backgammon. So I get like burnt out very easily. But when you go a lot, I think you build up a bit of a tolerance to it. You get less tired. It doesn't feel like such a grind. But for me, it feels like kind of a grind still. But if I went more, I'm sure I would. I'm sure it would get less stressful. Like I went to the Boston Open in late October, early November, and I had a good time. I didn't do it like you. I didn't do anything in the tournament, but I had a good time meeting people, playing with people. But it was still pretty stressful at times, Okay. Yeah. All right, so we're going to win this? Probably not. Not this. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Okay, double 5 sort of works well here. But maybe I'm not even that desperate yet. Okay, I'm doing okay. Doing good. Doing good. I can't believe I won that one. I thought I was dead a few times. Okay, how did I play though? Okay, I played it 2. Good. Okay, let's take a look at the XG analysis. And we'll play, it was a quickie, so we'll play at least one more. Okay, let's put me on the bottom. And then let's look at my errors. Okay, yeah, 5-3. Yeah, okay, so hitting on the ace is quite the error here. Just because you don't have quite enough reason to put a checker down there. You don't want, obviously you don't want to leave a shot and you don't want a checker on your ace. And 13 to 8 is quite productive in itself, fixing the distribution in the outfield. So that seemed pretty clear. And then I was kind of lost on the next one, because now there's not really a great 13 to 8. I mean, maybe it's like slightly good, but I mean, the distribution is already fine in the outfield. So I find this other thing where I hit and play 24 to 20, which is better than last turn. But apparently it likes 13 to 9, 6 to 1 with nice distribution in the outfield. Oh, and it's less exposed to being hit on white side of the board. So I guess this makes sense. It's only 5-4 that hits this guy. Also okay is 24 to 15 with some 1 and 3 duplication. Similar equity to my play. Okay, this is fine. Okay, and then he doubles early. Yeah, there's not enough of an edge here. He's got some decent threats, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. He's not winning by that much. And okay, so he points on me, and then I enter somewhere. Maybe it's a pass. Maybe, only maybe. So a little optimistic to double this. If he needs like a hit, he needs like a dance to really lose his market big. In other words, for me to have a big pass. If he does lose his market, he's too good here. And then he just wins the gammon, yes. And I assume I didn't miss a gammon save play at the end. Although this might actually be wrong by 0.01. Oh no, that's fine. This does look pretty diverse. This is what the computer wants to do. This is what I did, a little less diverse with 2 guys on the 7. How can this be better though? Oh, because like a 4-4 down the line or something works? Whereas it doesn't work after my play sometimes. Okay, good. I didn't miss anything here. I can get double 3s, but not double 2s. It looks like there's it looks like I'm close enough to home to maybe get double 2s. I just don't quite have the diversity. Yeah, maybe if I played the previous rolls differently, I could have gotten double 2s there. Okay. 13, 9, 11, 6 is fine. Okay, yeah, it does hit and make the 3 points, and then find one more. It likes the 3 point because you get to keep your 8 point, and there's 6 guys here. So apparently it wants to make the 10 and the 3, and leave aces here. So what does my play do? Well, my play probably leaves a similar number of shots, but keeps the midpoint instead of the 10. Pretty similar in equity. Okay, do this just to play safe. I don't think I would find something else with this 6-4 because he's down in the race. So it seems like he wants to hang back. So either 11 to 5 or maybe 13 to 7. Yeah, 11 to 5. Okay, yeah, a bunch of stuff here that's fairly close. I think I thought about all the top plays. I did think about not hitting, but I thought, race is sort of close enough. And this might be a good opportunity to get off the 16 point, which I eventually did. Apparently the computer wants to keep the 13 point and leave fewer shots. You know, it's just 5 shots. 5-4, 5-5, 6-4, 5 shots. Thought my play was, I don't know, 7 or 8. Yeah, 7 point looks a little funny here. Okay, so I come in and hit. Good. Oh, 2-1. Yeah, I wasn't sure about this. I think there was a chance 20 to 18 was correct, but it's a quadruple shot out there. So crossover twice. Good for the raise. Good flexibility. I get to escape and win the race. Okay, screw something up here. Yeah, this is pretty clear pass, right? So the logic is clearer at 1 away, 2 away, but generally you should pass if you're losing here, and take if you're winning at this even away post Crawford score. I need an even number of points to win the match, and I got the opening roll, right? Good thing, and he did kind of nothing, so I should be winning because being on roll is a good thing. Okay. Okay, you get hit twice, which does win more gammons, but I like locking up the nice assets. Okay, it does want to work on the escape here, but my play of building is okay. It does leave 4 shots. Oh, it does hit twice here. Okay. Yeah, this I was going back and forth here. So I assume my play my play wins a little more, maybe. Double match point, you do my play, but yeah, the gammons at this score swing it. I think for money you probably make my play also, because this loses more gammons as well as losing more games. But it's just that since gammons only go one way and gammons are super valuable, the computer just goes all out for the gammon here. Yeah, fine. Yeah, actually, 11 to 6 is sort of a bad use of the 5. I mean, if you had maybe a comfortable 5 somewhere, maybe you do that instead of hitting on the ace point. Okay, oh, here's another blunder. Okay, I don't know why my play is so. I mean, I'm not surprised my play is wrong, but I'm surprised it's wrong by this much. You know. It's a similar number of shots. Yes, this is 7 shots. There's 4 7s that hit, right? 1 6 3 4, and then there's 3 8s that hits. 4 4, which counts as 1, and 2 6, which counts as 2. So 7 shots, you make the inner board point, you keep pressure on this guy, which is okay. I thought it was like a little hard to make progress here with this sort of flat position, big stack on the 6. So I do this like more flexible thing, which apparently is like way wrong. Yeah, it really likes the inner board point here. Oh, once again, my play wins more, but doesn't win as many gammons. Because you make the inner board point, and then maybe you get some blitz potential. I mean, I don't think you're hitting loose or anything, but you have like pointing numbers and maybe some double numbers. Like if you roll doubles, you might be able to point on them twice or something. So yeah, once again, the gammons swing this. Yeah, for some reason I didn't think about the gammons that much. You get return hit from the 13. I see. So yeah, so you're saying like even when he rolls well, hits me with one of his 7 shots. Yeah, there is kind of a lot of return shots because it's sort of a double shot out there. Yeah, that's a good point. Which is probably part of the reason why the play does a lot better for the gammon, right? Because I can still win a gammon after being hit here. It's a little easier to see how I can win a gammon. And if you get hit, I guess you want your midpoint too. Yeah, I guess I didn't think deeply about this. Yeah, that's probably a good way to think about it. It's better when hits. It's better when hits, and arguably better when missed. Although that's a little unclear. Yeah, that's a good point. Well, at least I saw both candidates, and then things went surprisingly smoothly here. Okay, yeah, okay. So it doesn't mind leaving 2 shots here and do what I did. But say safe is also fine. You might have trouble filling in the 3-point though. If his board's any weaker, you go with my play of this, leaving 2 shots. If his board's any stronger, you go with the other play 9 to 7, 9 to 6. Okay, 6-1, yeah. I was going to say, I think I used to do stuff like this, but I kind of got the picture that like, you don't want the builders down here, and I think the spare on the 7 isn't very good. So that's why I did this. This seems a little more flexible. Of course, there is this other option, which I didn't really consider, leaving 2 shots, getting rid of the 7-point early. Yeah, actually, it's a little bit different, but this reminds me of a play that I had yesterday in a live. I was playing just a series of money matches with a friend of mine, and I left a builder on the 7 instead of going a little deep in the board. Let me save this. I just want to take a fresh. I just want to maybe take a look at it while it's sort of in my mind. No, it's not. No, it's not a trap play because he's not. Trap play is like, at least as it's typically meant, is you like if you force the guy off with a 5 or a 6, you force the guy off the anchor with a 5 or a 6, and then like attack him and close him out and win a gammon. Here he's not running unless he can hit. So I don't think of this as like a trap play. The computer's liking this play because it's safer long term, I think. Even though you're leaving 2 shots now, you don't have this problem of the 7 point to clear later, which you could leave because of that you could leave a shot or even a double shot if you roll awkwardly, and you're not too worried about the raise. You know, he's running with double 5s, but you're still up in the race, so it's not a big deal. So what was I thinking about? Yeah, he was anchored on the 2. I don't know. It was something like. No, this wasn't the position. Yeah, this actually I'm not sure, but like you play, obviously you're playing 11 to 5 with the 6, right? And then you can strip the 7 point down by playing 7 to 4, which might be a good thing. Like I think maybe the computer doesn't like having the 7 point when it's coming in against the 2 point anchor, as we saw in the match position. So I think maybe there's some value in like stripping the 7 point down early when you're coming in against the 2 point anchor. I failed to do it in my match because I thought, well, it went a little deep in the board. But I wonder what the computer thinks about it. 13 to 10, 11 to 5. Okay, no, it likes this. It likes keeping the spare on the 7. Of course, there is some time to sort of put that on the 6 or the 5 points. Like I was thinking, like maybe this would be the right idea. If you have less time though, what about this? No, it still doesn't mind the checker on the 7. Yeah, I don't know. 6-2. So 11 to 5, 7 to 5 maybe? No, it still likes the spare on the 7. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it still wants to just keep the spare on the 7. Why not clear from the rear? Yeah, are you talking about the match position or this variant? In the match position, I mean that's like the normal thing. Keep all the landing spots and clear from the rear. It's like typically what you want to do. But yeah, against the deuce point anchor, it often does like clearing the 7 point early. Because it works out to be safer. Like one nice thing about clearing the 7, I don't know, 3-1 here. Well, I don't know about 3-1 here because you get great builders if you clear the 8. 2-1. The 2-1, you clear the 7 and not the 8. Yeah, you're right though. The normal thing would be to clear the would be to clear from the rear. One nice thing about this though, even though there's a gap, there's very, very few blot numbers after this structure because your 6s are killed. Right, if you roll a 6-5, you don't have to play the 6. So the only blot number here is a 6-1. Whereas, I mean, it's also true if you clear the 8, like so, say, there's not a lot of blot numbers here either. But you do end up with checkers on the ace point a lot. You know, if you have a structure like this, which maybe isn't great for long-term flexibility. So that's at least part of the reason why when is the 2-point anchor, you often want to think about clearing the 7. But you obviously, I don't have a great feel for it because I got this wrong apparently. I didn't really think about it that much. Part of the problem was there was another candidate play here, 9-9 to 3, 8-7, which I was thinking. So I was trying to decide between that play and going to the ace point, and I didn't think about a third option. 6-4, yeah. So we have the structure now, where you know there's a few more blot numbers here because 6-4, 6-5 are blot numbers, but like 6-2, 6-3, those are safe. 6-1, no 6-1 still a blot. Anyways, he hits. Okay, good. Yeah, 3-2 would be wrong. If you roll a 3-1 here, so you don't have to forego the crossover to fill in the 2. That might be okay. Yeah, that's okay. Now you're a little desperate for like big doubles, so in that sense, maybe filling in the 2 is less important than usual. Like if the race is close, then you want to fill in the 2 for sure. Yeah. Yeah, so here, for instance, 12-7 doesn't get a crossover, and the 7 is not a very efficient place for a checker. So I do spend 2 pips to fill in the 2-point here. Somehow I lucked that one out. Yeah, this should go pass also. Again, I got the opening roll. He did make a decent point, but it doesn't quite counteract the fact that I have this nice split and I'm on roll and I'm about to make a nice point somewhere. So actually he's losing. It's kind of a big pass because he's losing by 52-48 or something. Yeah, I kind of knew this was a pass. The reason I knew this was a pass, even though like it's maybe like a little bit unclear because he has a decent point. Typically, with a 4-2, you're supposed to hit here, 13-7 for money, anyways, and probably at almost all match scores. Maybe gammon save, you make the 4. I don't know. But I've seen I know even like. It's often a pass, even if like you roll like a 6, even if you can do something productive with the other number. Like I think this is a pass or very close to a pass. Yeah, this is still a pass. See, I think you need to like hit and then like do something like really productive to have a take or close, you know. Like this would be a take, for instance. So I knew with his 2-4 play where he's just supposed to hit once and then like he can't do anything else with the number. He played it wrong, so I figured that was going to make it a pretty solid pass. So that stuff comes up. It's sort of good to know. Anyways, I get missed. Okay, I'm just trying to escape. It's just double match point at this point. Okay, leave no blots in the outfield here. Good. Still trying to escape. Oh, 4-2. Okay, again, this is similar. It's similar to last game. It prefers the inner board point. I'm not valuing like the inner board points enough. It wants to do this and not the 9. If he rolls a 6, you probably do prefer the 9. But I guess if he doesn't roll a 6, you want some decent hitting options. Okay, yeah, this is fine. Normally I would do, I don't know, I would do something like this or this. I was just worried about him rolling like a 5-4, bolting off the anchor when he's up in the race by a bunch. And it's really hard for me to hit and not leave a million shots. So I do this. I'm pretty sure if you spread out blots, he's supposed to go with stuff. Right? I don't know. Maybe I'll actually do this. And he rolls a 5-4 here. Yeah, I would run here. Before Black had put his board together. Is it close at all? Okay, yeah, it's run in some fashion anyways. Doesn't mind leaving the blot on the 13. So I guess even with a 3-2, he's supposed to go. No, it doesn't go with a 3-2 for some reason. Huh. It can't be that bad, right? 18-13. No, it's right. On appeal, it's right. Yeah, the computer didn't see that it was right until I did the plus eval. Interesting. Yeah, again, because it jumped around so much when I did the different levels of eval. I'm a little skeptical. I'm a little skeptical of the computer's opinion here. But roll out, you get it right. And plus is sort of when you do the plus eval, it does like a truncated rollout. What used to be called a truncated rollout, anyways. So I think it does like 10. It like rolls it out for 10 moves. And then it evaluates that and stops the rollout, if that makes sense. Like it doesn't go all the way, it doesn't roll it out all the way to the end of the game. It just rolls it out 10 moves and then uses the evaluation. That's what the plus eval and the plus eval does. I think the plus eval is probably 5 moves. So it's kind of a cross between a rollout and an evaluation. But anyways, I guess I had the right idea there. Yeah, now we can't. I don't think he can run with stuff now. Okay, 11. Okay, clears. Okay, I clear the 11 point, giving up some blocking potential, but getting good flexibility and not leaving blots in my board. The computer says no. No, the computer says no. It's okay to leave blots in the board. I don't know, because the computer's confused about when white should run or not. There's some. I'm a little suspicious of the computer eval in this position. Yeah, so it doesn't run here, even though I leave the blots. Maybe it's not so bad though. No, it's pretty bad to run even with the blots. Okay, so if I realized that, I probably could find the right play there. I'm keeping the 11 point. But I thought maybe there was some run opportunities. Okay, I get the picture here. And then 4-4. Okay, yeah, I was looking for some play that kept the midpoints. Because, let's look at the computer's choice. Okay, so I'm up 4 pips, right? So most people will think, okay, you're up 4 pips, you should just kind of disengage. I didn't love that plan here, even though I did end up disengaging in the end, because I just didn't like any of the options, really. Okay, so So I'm up 4 pips, but white's on roll. The average roll is 8 pips. So after he rolls 8 pips, then I'm on roll. So the way to think about it is that being on roll is worth like 4 pips. So the race is dead even here, pretty much, if you think in those terms. My timing tends to be better here. Yeah, that surprises me a little bit too. But yeah, anyways, to complete my thought here, we can go back. To complete my thought here, the time, even though the race is say dead even, the timing is better for me here because he has the further back point. Like that typically means he's going to have to break something important before me. I have the 13, he has the 18. Like I could play with, I have more checkers to play with, in other words. So that's why I kind of like to keep the midpoint here up 4 pips, or even up like 5 pips or 6 pips. But yeah, I just didn't like, I don't know, I didn't like leaving 2 blocks. I didn't like going to the ace point. So that's why I just ended up running, and apparently it's wrong, but not by a ton. Yeah, so the computer, okay, so yeah, the computer doesn't run here. Like 5-4 is sort of a decent run number, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if it has much to do with the board. I think maybe at the score anyways, black is just happy to hit and cover with stuff, maybe. Like, okay, so he runs with a 5-4, and then I roll like a 6-2. No, it's not that clear to hit to me, actually. Maybe the idea is that he doesn't get the guy. Even when I choose not to hit here, he doesn't get the guy out of there a ton. I don't know, or does the computer just hit here? Because you're down in the race. Let's see. Okay, you know, it's pretty clear to hit here. Yeah, I guess that's part of the reason. Like, black is very happy at the score, anyways, to hit and cover 1 blot. So the computer's pretty averse to running here, because though there's just if you consider those good numbers, there's just a ton of them. And 6-2 isn't a very good hit number, right? It still leaves a blot in the board. You could roll 6-1 and pick up both inner-board blots. Right, so I guess, but yeah, you're right that the board strength might matter there also, right? Does it run with 5-4 here because the board is perfect? And now, oh, I'm sorry, does it run here? I mean, I guess it's still gonna like hit and covering with like a 6-2 after he runs, but no, it doesn't even run here. Although it is a little closer, right? Because once again, I guess at the score, black is happy to hit 6-2. Yeah. Yeah, so if you realize that, I mean, I guess the play is easier to find. But it wasn't. I mean, I probably would have been able to find a hit with like a 6-2 there, but wouldn't have been completely obvious to me. Anyway, so it doesn't quite like the 4-4, but it's close, and then I barely win the race, if I remember right. Okay, this is good, spreading things out. I got a great 6-5. I am winning before the 6-5 though. Okay, all right, let's go back. That was a good match. I don't think. What did XG say? Okay, I played a 3. Yeah, I should make the inner board point here apparently, and should hit twice here. Both are a little score based, I think. At least the first one. See if Brian wants to play. Good, 5-point match. He runs. He runs. Oh, I don't know what he. I don't know what he should do here. He can make his 5 points and sort of uncompromisingly good, or make the 9 and then get the backman going in some fashion. Okay, he makes the 5. I assume this is what I want to be doing. Not totally sure because I'm down in the raise, but slotting doesn't look that good either. Oh yeah, good talking with you. Have a good night's sleep. All right, I can make the 4 and the 2 points also, but I gotta get. I don't want to give up my 8 point, and I want to unstack the heavy midpoint. I wonder if hitting's a play here because he's all poised to build nicely. The 7 point looks like a pretty big upgrade. Getting hit back, I kind of lose. Okay, so let's go with my first impulse. Ugh. I guess I was dead either way. Ooh. Takeable, maybe. Yeah, he still has this guy to worry about. So this should go double take. Okay, I don't think he should make his 9 and leave me shot. He's up in the race solidly, so he should find some safe thing. So this seems good. Okay. All right, nothing wrong with this. I don't think there's any fancy split here or something. Could leave me a shot in the outfield, but he's not gonna. Yeah, 2-1 would be okay there too. So it's fine, although my 6 is a little bad. So maybe this is better. Builder looks funny there. I'm actually going to do this. Okay, I bet he's not leaving anything again. Again, 8 to 6, 2-1 is okay because it's easier to cover the 2 point from the 8 point than the 1 point. They're still very stingy with the shots. Huh. The joys of paying later. Okay, so he's gonna make a little concession somewhere. Yeah, this or 6 to 5, I'm not sure. Actually, no, this is better because if he does 6 to 5, if he rolled 6-5, it would be a double shot. Oh, I get something. I assume we can actually make the 3. Making the 3 is a play there too because it's safest when missed. It is 2 blots though. All right, I'm looking pretty. Oh, I was going to say looking pretty good. Could maybe double the dance there. Double a dance there. Okay, this should just go double pass, I believe. He wants to try it. Should be, I think it's a pass for money, and you need to be a little conservative about taking the recubes at the score. So I'm thinking that was maybe a pretty big pass. Huh. I mean, pip count looked bad. If you think about it as like a rolls versus rolls position, it seemed bad. Although he's just one double away. Just one away. Well, I was gonna say I won the last I won the last match due to a double on the last roll, so I can't complain. Right, probably better to split there actually. Okay, so it's kind of a double match point type score. I'm a little inclined to make the 21 and the 3 as opposed to say hitting. Because I get to make 2 good points and he has a decent board. Obviously there's a lot of options here. I do kind of like locking up the 2 points and putting pressure on these blots though. Yeah, I don't know what I would do here. This seems like as good as anything. All right, he's got a blot in his board, so I'm gonna spread things out. Not worry too much about the fly shots. Great building power. Great building power. A little speedy, a little speedy. He should step up with the 3. This looks like a good play. And then probably going after him. Yeah, I guess so. It's a plan. It's a plan. Let's go full blitz. Good. I like that. Oh, I was going to say, I like that 4s and 6s bear on the 1 point, and 4s and 6s are among the blocked numbers. I don't know actually. I mean, if he's hitting, but I don't want him to be able to like jump at the same time. On the other hand, when he misses, this is better. Also, there's 2 less shots to play. 16 to 11. Okay, I got lucky. Yeah, it's possible I got that one wrong. 2, 3. Okay, maybe this. All right, let's get even on the top point. Good builders. Even on the top 2 points. So this should be safest. This should be safest. Comet gets out of my hair a lot. All right, that was an easy match. Yeah, I played a 0. Not much to look at. I'll see if the computer shows us anything. These are things for the beating. Yeah, that's my line. Yeah, I didn't make any errors. It's only 2 games. Okay, it's 4-4. Okay, yes, 4-4 is clearly correct. I wouldn't have been that sure because you can make the 9 with like 3 of them and then play 24 to 20, work on some of the escape work. Yeah, but apparently that's like doesn't do enough of the escape work, or run to the 16 and make the 9 with 2. Apparently, it just doesn't do enough of the escape work, and it wants to build the best available structure, which I can buy. Okay, yeah, because I'm down in the race, the computer doesn't mind this too much. But yeah, running is nice and safe, so it does prefer it. But yeah, if the race was any worse, I might like the other play. Okay, hitting is apparently crazy here. Let's just improve the structure. Yeah, I thought I would probably cube this too, but the computer's saying white has one too many problems. Like he has these blots and he has this guy, and then he cleans up. I guess this is the way to think about it. He rolls like a 4-1. good roll, right? Cleans up all the blots, builds the 9 point. I roll a 6-3 or something. I still arguably have a take there. I have a decent 3-point game and I'm in the race. So if it's a pretty big, if it's still like a take or arguably a take after a great sequence like that, technically you shouldn't cube this. Right, 4-1. So even give me like a 6-3, say. Yeah, I have a take based on the race alone, 12 pips in a 100 plus pip race. And the contact arguably favors me. Arguably. So it's not, it says it's not even a cube, although this probably does roll out to be a cube. So that's why his double is a little early. And then I win this somehow, but I don't remember how. I break my board, and then I hit him. Oh, 2-1. Huh. His 5-3. I've seen his 5-3. Okay, so I make my play, and then he rolls a 5-3 here. I'm not saying it's definitely right, but making the 3 points 8-3, 6-3 is best when it works, because you don't have any blot numbers really. I think you have 0 blot numbers. Whereas if you do what he did, 8-3, 8-5, there's a bunch of blot numbers there, including 5-5 and 6-6, which are double blot numbers. Now, if you're getting hit, you do prefer the opponent's play of 8-3, 8-5 for 2 reasons. One, it's only 1 blot, and 2, 3-3 doesn't hit all that effectively. Don't get me wrong, 3-3 is a good number, but I have to play 15-6. After hitting, I have to play 15-6 with the other 3, and I'm still a little stuck, and I'm leaving a shot. Still, I think it still might be right to make the 3 point with his 5-3. The second blot maybe isn't a big deal, because oftentimes, even if he has just 1 blot, I get to cash. I get to double him after a dance, maybe. Yeah, see, it's kind of a big deal. You want this position. It's probably a little closer cubeless. Yes, it's actually quite close cubeless. But so say you do this, I roll a 6. Say I roll like a 6-1, and he dances. That's bad for him because he has the second blot, but it's not that bad because I'm either cashing the game in any ways, which maybe I would get a double in anyways if there's just 1 blot, or I have like this margin, or I have this like play on decision where, okay, I win some gammons, but I'm not getting any value from the cube. So it's like the second blot doesn't like hurt that much. Like a sequence like this. Yeah, in fact, his double pass. So I don't even get. I get a little bit of value from the cube, but I don't get any gammons really. So 5-3, 3-1 or something. Let's say I roll a better. Say I roll like a 3-6. Yeah, this is a pass already. So it's kind of like a pass either way, you know. Okay, I still got a good cube in even if I'm stuck here. So you see, like the second blot doesn't hurt that much because oftentimes it's just double pass either way. Yeah, double big pass. And then I just win the race easily. And then this is the, okay, 3-3. Okay, yeah, it does like making 2 points in some fashion as opposed to hitting. Because it's 2 points and not 1. And he has a decent board, so you don't want to be too exposed to being hit back. And I don't know, this looks pretty good because you're putting pressure on both these blots. Or this. Good. 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 There is a positional option here. If gammas counted for you, you would definitely make the 2. But because gammas don't count, there is this play that wins almost as much. But this is a pretty good blitz plan. Oh, 5-5. Yeah, I wasn't sure about the 5-5. Okay, I'm glad to see it's fairly close. It seems like the arguments to me were unclear, you know. If you're getting hits, you don't like this, right? Because he gets to jump and hit at the same time. But if you're getting missed, this is significantly better, I would say, than this structure. You still got stuff in the outfield to clean up, and you're putting a spare on your deuce, and you're never making your 7. Although I did roll a number that made the 7 here, but it's not right. So no, I guess you can't. I guess you cannot make the 7 here. You got to do either this or this, not leaving any shots, but the spares go a little deep. So at least the problem's down the line. So I do this. That's 2 shots. And 6-6 is quite good for white. So maybe this was a little bit wrong. I don't know. Clear from the rear. Good. Keep even on the top 2 points. Good. Okay, that was a very clean match. Woof. 0-0-0. All right. Should we leave on a high note or should we play one more? Maybe we'll play one more. Wolfgang Braun. Hopefully Wolfgang wants to play. Looks like his PR was quite low. He is not available, it looks like. Oh yeah, he's already playing, or he left. At 1 point, I want to play a 1-pointer. I want to play a 5-pointer. We don't mind a casual. Hopefully he won't play too slowly. Yeah, that's the downside of this site. So, I don't know, on this site, like you can put in the settings whether you want to play speed, normal, casual. Like you can say, oh, I only want to play normal, or I only want to play casual. Sometimes people have they don't want to play normal, but they have both speed and casual. Like the casual gives you more time, and speed is obviously gives you less time than the normal. But it seems weird to me that someone would not play normal, but they would play the other extremes. I don't get that. I don't understand that. Like casual normal makes sense to me. You don't want to play speed, which I get. But why would you be okay with speed and be okay with casual, but not be okay with normal? Okay, good match to my opponent. Who will be making his 5-point, I assume. Oh, I don't like this structure. Ah, just in time. Okay, and he's making his 3. Good. Okay, well, I'm not splitting because he wants to attack and he wants to race. So I'm either making the 3 or maybe making this nice 4 prime. Huh. I mean, unless this is too good, this should be a pretty strong cube. I mean, based on the priming deficiencies of his position and the awesome and the awesome priming potential of mine. I think it is, see, the double pass are too good, I think. Oof, oof, oof. Yeah, not exactly clear about this one. Sort of I got this like amazing prime, but I'm sort of switching it over to a blitz game plan. Like, I'm not sure whether to make the ace here or make the 3 and then play one more. Ooh. Well, at least I got my prime still. Yeah, that some of that might have been a little fishy. In case he rolls another 3. I mean, that could be right, but I'm gonna try this instead. Yeah, I don't know. He's still got a 3-point board, so I'm a little leery about letting him out. Like if I like make the 3 and then like let him out with another number. Well, now maybe I do it now. Got this 2s to cover. 1-1-1-3 doesn't really hit. 1-1 hits very well. Oh, this is going to be a tremendous number, anyways. Maybe I can gammon him now after he rolls like a 6-3. Well, that was fine. Gonna hit him again, but I think my play was better. It seemed like he played. I mean, aside from the take, it seems like he played it okay. All right, so this is 1, 2. This is okay. 6-6 is safe. 6-6 is not safe here. Maybe it's reason enough to do this. Maybe win slightly fewer gammons though. It might actually be this structure, even though it's two blot numbers versus 4-1. I know the computer sometimes likes this. And he's got a blot in his board, so if I leave one of the 2 blot numbers and he hits, maybe I hit the third guy. I think there's a lot of checkers on the roof, like 3 or 4 checkers on the roof. The computer does sometimes like does tend to like the 5-4-3 spares as opposed to the 6-5-1 spares. Because if you get hit early, you still just enter and come around safely a lot of the time, unless maybe his board's like super strong. All right, am I gonna gammon him? Probably not. All right, probably not. All right, 2-zip. We will try to play a little conservatively at this score, so we can't get into good gammonish cube. So I like splitting as opposed to bringing down the 4, for instance. Guess. Assume he's making the 7 or the 20. I'm making the 7. He's doing what? Not cubing yet. I wouldn't know what to do here. 13 to 8, maybe. Oof. Oof. Oh, I maybe should have thought. I maybe should have cubed that, actually. Darn it. Yeah, it's pretty strong position. I wouldn't even be crazy to cube this. But down 0-2, I'm not going to cube this if he plays it reasonably. Yeah, missed a cube there. This looks pretty powerful. I don't think I played this one that well. I don't know whether to get the Backgammon going or get another. Oh, I could actually do both. Get another builder and get the Backgammon going. He double once hits, but it's actually like duplicated because he wants to make his 5 point also. Oh, maybe not getting this one right. Is that? Oh no, 3-3 is going to hit me. Okay. Like I don't mind pushing the gap up there a little bit because if the gap stays open, you actually want it on like a higher point and not on the 1 point. But it didn't quite look right there. Maybe if you're like a little closer to home, it becomes more of a play. Ace. No sets. Good. Okay, so this again, this is a little safer than bearing a guy off because it's even on the top 2 points. Yeah, case in point. I'd have more blot numbers if I board checker off last turn. All right, this game is over. Yeah, we'll have more stuff to look at this match next G at least. That was a little sloppy. I mean, I think the PR is still going to be relatively low, but I feel like it was a little. Oh, thanks for destroying me. It's funny. Yeah, but PR is low apparently. I feel like I missed something. I missed something there. Yeah, I guess I just missed that. I guess I just missed that 1 cube. Well, maybe not. I mean, maybe like I cashed something that was too good, but thinking more likely I just missed a cube. Okay. Anyways, yeah, 4-4. I make the 5 because it's the 5, and the 2 doesn't go well with the 8. Okay, can't quite double this. I am winning. I am winning due to the positional aspects. And just not by enough. Okay, so I maintain. So making the 3 point. I wasn't 100% sure making the 3 point was wrong, but it's 0 shots, which is nice. But it's not a contiguous block like this nice 4 prime is. I noticed that like when your opponent is anchored on the ace point and you make this specific 4 prime, so it's always kind of stronger than it looks. Yeah, he rolls horribly, and then it's arguably too good. Yeah, it might actually roll out to be too good. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you're getting missed, I guess you do want this structure because you want to make the 6 prime. And I mean, if he's super primed here? Like, how does he win from here? It's a little easier to see how he wins from here because I don't know. It's like I'm transitioning to this blitzing plan. Transitioning to this blitzing plan where like I just outprime him tremendously. But I thought maybe this wins more gammons, which it does, but only by a little bit according to the computer. Now, yeah, it's a little awkward here. It's a little awkward to blitz here. Of course, his board is so bad that there's not much risk, but it could be a little. If he anchors or something, it might be a little problematic. Interestingly, I didn't really consider the computer's top choice of this. Not hitting the other guy. I was sort of just in blitz mode here, you know, trying to close him out. So I thought 6-2 was part of the play. And actually, I thought 6-2, 7-3 squared, and then one more might be a play, but apparently that'd be quite wrong. I was thinking this, that's hard to see. I'll put it up on the board. I was thinking this might be a candidate, right? Because you get away with it, you got sort of the best chance to get a closeout. And if you get hit, he's still in huge trouble. Apparently it's wrong, but not tremendously wrong. But I thought this might be a little better because it's safer. And maintains the prime in case of an accident. Okay. Coming around. Apparently he should hit here, which would not be that clear to me. I guess if I just hang back there, he's just going to have bad 3s forever. Bad 2s also. Say he rolls like a 6-3 next turn. It's horrible for him. So the computer sort of bites the bullet by hitting 2-1. All right, so 8-3 here, for instance, isn't bad. Probably wins the most gammons, doesn't win as many games. I was worried about doing this, like getting, say you roll 6-5, whatever, just maintains the status quo. And then like, okay, I could cover with like a 4-1 or something. I didn't think that was that great though, because now we can like escape. Now we can roll double 5s or maybe escape one guy at a time and have some winning chances. That does open him up to a lot of gammon danger though. If he had a 2-point board as opposed to a 3-point board, I probably would have gone the other way. Yeah, once again, similar stuff here. Slotting the 3's okay, but my play is fine too. I'm still thinking a little bit about maybe getting a shot on his 3's and 2's. Yeah, now this seemed a little clearer to me. Because now I don't know, I have more good cover numbers, and I'm running out of time to make that 3-point. And I gotta vacate the back no matter what I do. So I don't have that benefit of just keeping him primed, and then he rolls a 6-3, and then I pick up at least one more checker. But he rolls a 1-1, but then he rolls a 6-3, and then okay, I close him out. Fine. Yeah, 15-3 here. I mean, I think like this structure is kind of always okay, as opposed to, you know, this structure. The computer sometimes prefers this and sometimes prefers this. Obviously, this is 2 blot numbers, but I think the flexibility down the line compared to putting a guy on your ace point saves you some danger down the line. That said, I think this does get hit more long term. But the benefit of getting hit a little more is that you get hit early as opposed to late. And you do tend to want to be hit early. I thought here, because if I get hit early, well, he's still going to have one guy on the roof, and I can just enter right away and sometimes hit this guy and then come around before I can enter the other guy. If his board's stronger, maybe that doesn't matter as much. And you go the other way, maybe. But there are other factors that I might not be thinking about. Like, say this. Like, I would have gone the other way here. I would have played 15 to 6, 4 to 1. Because getting hit early versus getting hit later doesn't seem like a big deal. But yeah, somehow it still likes 15 to 3 here. Still likes 15 to 3 here. Yeah, I don't know. 15 to 3. It doesn't always like 15 to 3, but seems to like it here. Is it because it wins more gammons than 15 to 6, 4 to 1? But it also says it wins more games, so I don't know. Trying to find a position where it likes 15 to 6, 4 to 1. I don't know. 2 on the roof. Strong position or a weak position. It seems to always like 15 to 3. Man, I don't know. Some slightly different stuff here, but 15 to 3 is still better than 15 to 6, 4 to 1. What was I thinking about? I don't know. I'm trying to think of some variant where it's going to like the other one. Well, one on the roof. Yeah, 1 on the roof. It likes 15 to 6, 4 to 1. Huh. I don't know. Maybe that's the rule. I would warn against relying on that too much, though, because there's probably exceptions that I'm not thinking about. Maybe that's a good default position, though. Play 15 to 3 if it's 2 or more checkers on the roof. Play 15 to 6, 4 to 1 if it's 1 on the roof. You know, yeah. I don't, like I said, though, I don't know how robust that rule is. And he does save the gammon. There's 2 zip. Good. Okay, the cube isn't huge. It'd be a huge cube if it was 0-0. But now up to 0 in a gammonish position, you'll get full value from your gammons, your doubled gammons. And he's gonna re-W very aggressively. So as a pass, it's a bear cube at 2-0 to 5, and it's a pass at 0-0 to 5. Fine. Yeah, you can cube this also, but it's wrong due to the score. Again, 0-0 is probably a mandatory cube. And then, yeah, his play looked wrong, but okay, everything is double pass. Fine. Yeah, he doesn't have any good options here. I would have played 24 to 18, 6 to 5, and then just hope the opponent doesn't double from the roof. And actually, that is probably better cubeless than his play. Although I guess best cubeless is best cubeless is this. Don't get gammon as much, still win some. And then it went very swimmingly, although this is wrong. Why is this wrong? Really? I mean, I want the extra builder in the zone because I'm like blitzing. And I get that it's not like a full extra builder because you get 3 builders. If you do this, you get 3 builders for the 3. I mean, it's kind of still have 3 builders for the 3, but the extra guy in the zone is quite helpful. Like, okay, so he rolls a 3, 6, and then you hit him with a 5. You already have the extra builder there. Now, I guess one problem with this is it gives him a really good 3, 3, and 1, 1. Which I didn't really consider, but even if I did consider it, I still would have done this for the extra builder. Admittedly, this is a pretty productive 5 in itself. 3, 3 still hits, but it's not as crushing as the other way. 1, 1 doesn't hit now. Yeah, once again, it wants to get the Backgammon out at the expense of worse builders. Yeah, I don't know. Again, it's a little worried about 3, 3, 1, 1, I think. Okay, get the idea that they should get the Backgammon going. Fine. And then this just went fine. And then I won. And the 3 pretty well played matches. I have a tournament tomorrow. Hopefully I can continue the good play at the real events. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of this, and I will see you next time.